Greetings, queens and kings, if you stopping by. Welcome back to my channel. Wow, family. Episode 7. Listen, do you feel that it's time for Andi to walk away from this drama or just stay put until it all clears up? This was a doozy. Our girl Tamira, now she's fantasizing about old Gary. Yikes. And Karen is finally going to get this DNA. Tyler, will you finally let us know who is the baby or baby's daddy or daddies? Let's get into it. Now, when we left off last week, Gary and Tamira was coming apart from that hot embrace. And of course, Gary, pushed her away, talking about he liked bad girls. And she was liking it too. I guess she liked bad boys. And, Hayden is looking like, what's going on? And you see a little nervous, little trepidation on her face. But, he's absolutely clueless. He can't, see what's going on. And my question is, where is Penelope? Because she never came out that bathroom. I don't know what's going on. But, they're finishing up dinner, making small talk. And, Hayden is letting them know he's really gunning for this partnership. But one of the main things that he has a problem with is your girl, Andi. And he's, Gary's like, keep quiet because he don't want Penelope to hear. And then, Miss Domesticated Tamara takes the plates away, and Hayden, he want to show off his girl, talking about we about to vacation in the Maldives. And Gary like, listen, your girl want me at this point. Don't get head over heels when it comes to Tamara. And he let Hayden know that one of the things is you have to get a big fish, some big influence to help you get this partnership. So then Tamara is trying to tell him, do you really trust Gary? And he's like, yeah. Why? I have no idea. Saying he met him from high school. Do you guys remember him talking about Gary in high school in the beginning? I never knew until recently that they went to high school together. But of course, she's trying to be all lovey-dovey, I guess, to get her mind off of Gary. But oh no, when old boy is kissing on her now, guess who she's thinking about? This is always going to be the case because, Gary, I'm sure, like bad boy fashion, brings the fire when it comes to, getting it on in the bedroom. Because that's why Andi was hooked all these years. So Tamara is going to be sprung because we know that's going to repeat itself, right? So then you have now Sabrina talking to Rich, and she basically, it's her birthday out for her birthday. Rich is a really nice guy. He's just at a point in his life right now where he doesn't want children. That doesn't make him bad. It's just, something really big that Sabrina's putting on him. And, he's just not with it right now. And that's fine. That doesn't make him a bad person. He got her charm bracelet. He sees that this is something that she likes. She has another one, and he just wanted to add to her collection. So that was sweet. And he could tell it was something on her mind. And she talked about the in vitro, and freezing her eggs. And really getting it done. You could tell that she's waiting for him to say something. He wants to cross that bridge when he gets to it. But at this point, at 35, she was like, she can't really wait for that bridge. She has to make that decision right away, well, at least within 2 years. Because we see later that she told the doctor that's about around the time period that she's looking to do it. But she, you're not even giving the man a year to deal with this because y'all was only together 3 months, Sabrina. But she's trying to spring this on him, and I guess she's feeling like this is where she is in her life, and he really can't give her an answer on that. So she's really saddened by that because of their relationship. That's why it's going to be more painful the longer they go. The more feeling she has for him, and she's going to want him to be the father of her child. But then, Hayden says, oh, Olivia Pope. She was like, what you mean? She was like, Olivia likes scandals, and so do you. She is so oblivious because she didn't watch the news. She don't even have her phone on her. She doesn't know what he means by that. And then he basically walks away, and she goes in the office and, Fatima hijacks her like, girl, what's up? I've been trying to reach you. She's like, I left my phone. She said, you didn't go back to get it? Like, that's crazy. You're an attorney. You need to have went back for that phone. But she didn't want to deal with the whole love thing with Jordan. But you need that phone. She finds out, your man is all over the news, girl. A white girl accused him, underage white girl, of, sexual assault. And it's like, what? It's horrible. And she's like, did you got a clue about this? Like, did you know? No, I had no idea. And she's asking her, well, what about when you two together? Seem like he likes young girls? What about porn? Does he like child porn or whatever? And she's like, no, we haven't gotten that far. And she's like, this is huge. And this is a big bomb to drop on her, like practically knock the life out of her, because they already know the scandal about his competitor. But now there's a scandal going on with her. And the only thing she could think is that she's really, thought she finally found a nice guy. But this is affecting her career. Like, what is she going to do? She really has done a lot, in her career to get to this point. And now to have a new person that she has feelings for, not love yet, but, growing feelings for, with this scandal that can affect her, business at the firm. So now you have Miss Pam all on social media doing her thing, for her hair products. And Karen comes in like, what are you doing, girl? You supposed to be working. She's like, ain't nobody here. And the books are low. And that's really a stress factor for Karen. She put all of this into this, getting this salon, had this guy talk her into getting her own business. And now she can't handle the weight of it. It's one thing renting. It's another thing owning. And now this guy is gone. And I think that's another reason why Karen is so bitter. But she said, listen, on another note, did you not hear about your friend Andi and her boo thing? He all up in the news for this sexual assault case. It's scandalous, girl. I inboxed you. You didn't see? And she's like, no. So she gets on that phone and call Andi. She says she's not answering. But we all know Andi don't have her phone. So it's crazy because now, the sisters want to know what's going on. Now, old boy Tony, he is bum rushing our girl Danny at the counter. And he's going on to her like, you not answering the phone. I got to come to your counter or whatever to get you to talk. And she was like, what? Like, she's still upset about the situation with the children. It's a lot on her. He's like, these are my kids, and I can't blame them. These are my children. You knew I had children. What are you going to do? I'm not throwing my children to the side. You either going to take me and my children or not. We got to talk about this. I'm sorry. My ex had to, got deployed, and that's a real thing. She got deployed. So that's why she had to up and leave. And this happens when you're in the military. He didn't expect that to happen. He's sorry he didn't let her know fast enough, but he had to really get used to this. I mean, I get it. It wasn't instant. I don't know how much time goes by, but it goes, pretty quick a lot of times, the scenes in these series. So yeah, he didn't know. But bottom line is, what you gonna do? What are you going to do? And she likes the fact that he's a father and taking care of his children. She wouldn't respect him otherwise, and I'm sure she appreciates that. She just didn't like the first meeting with his children to be at them talking about, are her boobs real? So that kind of threw her off. So she has to digest this, but I like how she's handling it since her therapy. She is really mature. She, talks about things better, and she really wants a future with Tony. So I hope they can resolve this and work it out. But she has to find out what's best for her. Now, this chick, I'm going to say this is just flat out, corporate racism that we got to go through, especially when black women, and then you have this white woman gunning for the same position. Don't talk to Sabrina as if she never managed a bank before. But when you're in competition, a lot of times, when it comes to white supremacy, sometimes they think that, they can handle things better than you. And that's a big conflict. Lady, you messed up like a whole, $500,000 last week that I had to recount. And then you going to come behind me in my drawer telling me how much I should have in my drawer like I don't know my job. And then come behind me. Sabrina's at the point where she's thinking about her in vitro right now. Girl, go count the money. I don't care what you do. Get out my face. Go count it if you feel that's going to make you feel better. But this intimidation with you on my back, because I guarantee you, if Sabrina was white, she wouldn't be on her like this. Plain and simple. That's just That's just how it is. So Sabrina goes to get on her Zoom conference with the doctor. And, she's nervous. She's letting her know. The doctor's telling her she does 10 of these a day. This is totally normal. She has her. She can relax. I like the doctor. I like how comforting she was, how gentle she was with the whole procedure. And she let her know, um, I'm seeing someone, but he's not necessarily, he doesn't want children. So I'm going to have to go to a sperm bank. And she explained to her, do you want to do the embryos or just the eggs? It's best to do the embryos too. So she said, yes, I want to, freeze both of them. So that was a good decision for her. And, the doctor seemed a little sad that she's going to be in this by herself. But, I mean, she has options. And when it comes to sperm banks now, you can be really specific and really be detailed with, the man that you want to, father your children, because there's a lot of things to look into with that, future diseases, health issues, race, a whole lot of things. So, yeah, she makes Sabrina feel real comfortable in this process. Now, Fatima came to check in on Andi to let her know, you got to handle this, but you got to focus on this meeting that she has for work. And Andi, she said she can't stop looking. She can't stop looking at this news article. And Fatima's telling her shut it down because it's going to drive her crazy. And she's so hurt. And I saw the emotion on this scene. And I just got to say, our girl KJ is just looking absolutely fabulous, right? Andi, but I mean, she's looking great in her role. I love her style. They have her with the fashions. Everyone, all the girls are on point this season. I love it. It's like new, empowering women with, a new sense of style, and I'm loving it. So she's hurt because one of the things that she's saying is, I sacrificed a lot to get to this in my career. I can't have this shake it up. And, Fatima just really want her to talk to him, take one day at a time, focus on your work, and we'll handle that. So, the receptionist comes in to say, she has a call, and Fatima's like, you got to hold her calls because Jordan is blowing up her phone. And she said, somebody else is here to see you, Fatima. So, she said, okay. They heard loud mouth. And I'm like, Zach, you up here yelling on these white people job. You going to scare them. They're going to call the cops on you, bro. You know how that goes. Chill. Stop coming in there all ghetto-fied, yelling through the office. I was upset. Put in the comments what you thought about that. I'm like, chill, Zach. He funny, but he too much. Like, Fatima owned that firm. So he came to get her the flowers, which is really sweet, and she appreciated him coming to see her. And one of the things I liked is that she left the letter for, the fact that she got into this law school on the printer, and he saw it, and he got this beautiful frame, and he framed it. And he said he's there to support her, and she said, it's going to be a lot, especially with little Michael. And he was like, I got you, whenever she's busy and she's studying, that's daddy time, and he can't bother her. So I love the fact that he was supportive. He let her know she don't have to worry about that. And she really appreciated that too. And the fact that he even framed the letter, I thought that was so special. So Andi came in to let him know, I'm going to talk to Jordan. And Zach, of course, wanted to make a joke, but Fatima's like, this is not the time. She is upset. She went strolling with her Olivia Pope walk to that garage, and yeah, she got to go address Jordan in this situation. So she walks down there, and he's coming in the meantime to bring her phone, and he said, you saw it. You must have saw the news. Of course, I didn't do this. You got to believe me. And she's like, what? Like, how do I know that? Like, this is my job. I'm here with these, and her law firm has all these white men, and she's the only sister. Yeah, that's going to be an issue. I got to not put myself involved with this. So now Danny's talking to Tony, came down to apologize about the situation with his children, regarding his children. She just wanted to assure him that it's not an issue with your children. It's just how this all happened. And, she said maybe 20, 30 years or whatever. He said, you see yourself with me that long? And she was like, yeah, she really would like a lasting relationship with him. It's just, she just wanted things to go better and the communication to go better in the future. So he said, definitely that is a go. Now, Karen came to talk about this loan because Sistas in some serious financial hot water. And I don't know how much longer she's going to have this shop in this type of situation. So she goes to get this loan, and Karen puts it through. But unfortunately, the loan didn't go through. Like a lot of times with us, past history, too much bills, bad credit, it's not working out. So she has to figure out another way. And in the back of her mind, she's thinking about her mother, right? She's thinking about the fact that you got to find out, give Zach this DNA test, stop having problems with that, and do it. Because at the end of the day, you need help financially. And Zach will do it. Now, Maurice is talking to a client of his, and he's talking about how, something about a relationship or something he's arguing about. He's not looking to get into anything serious, something like that. But anyway, the guy that he's seeing overheard the conversation, and, he's supposed to be going on a date for some jazz or whatever. And the thing that the guy has a problem with is that is he wasting his time with Maurice? Maurice doesn't really get into anything that serious, flings here and there, little romps with these strange men or men he barely know. We already know his history. I think since his last partner that he was in love with passed away, he doesn't commit like that. But this guy's looking to commit. He was in a relationship before too, and his person had passed away, and he doesn't want to get involved with Maurice if Maurice is not looking for anything serious. So he canceled the date, and brother man left and said, no, I don't think this is gonna work. So Maurice really may have something nice with this guy, but he has to be serious, and they have to have a heart to heart talk. Is he ready for commitment? Now, this joker, the devil that he is, Gary, calls Tamara. She like, how did you get my number? He was like, when you think about, those lips, I'm not talking about the one on your mouth, or you better think about me down there and all this kind of stuff, my thing and you and all this mess. Girl getting her hot and heated. I said, stop playing with this girl head, Gary. So now the girls are talking regarding a situation with Jordan. Like, it's a bad situation. And they telling her, like, are you going to stick beside him through all of this, madness? Because this is really bad, especially when you're talking about someone underage. He was messing with a minor and a white girl at that. It's not a good look. So they trying to, I guess, support her and get the tea on that. And in the meantime, Karen, she ups and leave, and we know where she headed. So the girls leave too because they hear that Andy's talking to Jordan when he calls, and he really wants her support through all this ordeal because he like, I didn't do this, and I need you to help me through this. And right now, Andy can't talk to him. She's like, I'm being rude to my girls. We're gonna have to talk tomorrow. He wants to come over now, and that's that. Now, old girl, in true Karen fashion, what happened to being so nice and bringing by clothes and stuff? Like Zach said before, you coming over here with this bitter attitude because this man wants to know for sure if this is his child or not. You got all this attitude, and like he told her, you could have said this on the phone, Karen, but she wanted Fatima to hear. She wanted to bring her anger and her toxicity to him with all this attitude, and Fatima heard her, and that's what she wanted. And she came out and she said, listen, you want, this DNA test, who gonna stop me from going with him? Because Karen said, you come by yourself. I don't want her there. I'm like, okay, I know this is a situation between you and her, but you and Zach, but I'm about to be his fiance. She was like, oh, whatever, wife hell. Like, she don't believe he's gonna marry her because she's thinking about the old Zach. She don't want to hear that. She wants Zach to herself. And then she got the nerve to call her a bitch. I'm like, Karen, that's so unnecessary. So he's like, bye, Karen. You can go ahead on. Fatima, please don't let her get to you. We're going to go in the house. Deal with this test tomorrow. Don't come to my house disrespectful. Karen, you was so mature, and I knew that wasn't going to last when it came to little Michael before. I knew that wasn't going to last. You know why? Because it didn't work out with that construction guy. And now she's pissed off. And the fact that she's asking for DNA and she don't have anyone in her life, she's back to the same old bitter Karen. So can't wait to find out. We will finally know about this DNA test, how that's going down, because you see in the previews, Karen is having twins. How do you think this is going to go down? Put in the comments. It's crazy. Is Gary and Tamara going to have a full-blown affair? I think that's a easy easy thing to realize. Yeah, it's going to be going down with them. So until next time, family, peace and have a great week. Remember to stay authentically you and live the life you deserve. Can't wait for the next episode. Peace.